And welcome back to Holden's Golden Age of Wargaming. And we are continuing the Battle of Wagram, the Peace of Vienna, 5th to 6th of July, 1809. Last video we did the first turn for the French. Now we'll do the first turn for the Austrians. And taking a look at this, we have several options here. The biggest problem I see right off the bat is this area here. We really don't want the French breaking through and coming up. We'd much rather have them having to come across these forests and stream. That would be much better for us. So, how do we do that? We don't really have enough of a reserve here to properly fill that in. However, the French, any infantry that's going to try to cross that stream first has to come into these forest hexes and then basically stop. And then the next turn, if there's no Austrians there, of course, it would have to spend its entire movement to move on to the first hex. So we have time to respond to any breaks. The other thing I see is this right here. We want to knock them out of there as quickly as possible. This is our only easy way to get up onto the heights ourselves. And I'm kind of feeling we have two choices here. We can either try to go for the major victory points in these towns here, but I don't have a great feeling about that. The only other thing is on turn 3 we're going to get these reinforcements. So let's take a look at them. What do we got here? We have an 8-4. All the artillery move at the same speed as they do. It's kind of funny the artillery is just as mobile as the infantry, but okay. So we have an 8-4 artillery, a 5-4 infantry, a 6-4 infantry, two 6-4 infantries. So it's not a bad little force there, but it's not going to make or break us. The only thing is that we don't want the French to get up here on where they're going to come on. So, what does that mean? That means, taking a quick look at this, I'm going to send this force. We have a slope here. I think, what do we have here? We have we have 5, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And we could put you here. So we're going to bring this force, I think, down here. We'll go, let's go right to left. Right to left. The opposite of what I normally do. And what I think is we're just going to come down here. We're going to hold position. We're going to hold position. We'll see what the French do. But we're basically just covering the entrance for these reinforcements. We don't want to give this up completely, but why I'm talking like that is because I'm kind of thinking that we just push through and try to get our forces up onto the heights. And then that'll gives us some freedom here to move these units down this way, trying to hold this bridge. Now, of course, there is that big unknown. Will we get this force here? Which is, yeah, it looks like it's about another 4 or 5 units. But I'm going to have to assume we're not going to roll 1. We have 5 chances with a 6-sided dice. So we have 5 1 out of 6 chances to get those reinforcements. So I don't know. The odds say that we probably won't get it. Knowing my luck, we probably won't. So I'm going to assume we don't get them. So, and if we're not going to go for the major points that we're going to get from these towns, and we're not a superior army to the French, I don't think we're going to get it by destroying enemy units. So what we're going to go for here as the Austrian commander is we're going to try to deny the French their 75 victory points. I think that is probably the best way to win. It's much more interesting to play this side because, of course, historically they lost. It was a real slugfest. It could have Napoleon's army was in no shape to chase these guys, and they did a nice orderly withdrawal. So, I mean, it wasn't like a great, overwhelming victory that the French had by any means. But still, more interesting to play those who lost historically, the underdogs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move these guys down here. I'm then going to move the rest of these units over to try to take this town and secure our way into the heights. And then with those extra forces, we should be able to, well, of course, we'll see how well the French do here. But I will take some of these reserves and rush down here trying to shore up these bridges. But I'm going to be a little on the cautious side. When I think it's things start to go against us, well, I'll quickly withdraw back to the heights, I believe. Let's get going. So the very first thing I think we'll do is we'll take this guy. All these units can make it into that town, right? Well, this is well, isn't that convenient? That road doesn't connect. Isn't that convenient? Okay, so this would be 0.5, 1.5, 2, 3. No, we can still make it. So let's start with the slowest one. So we go 0.5, 1.5, 2, 3, and let's go in behind 4. And we're still a ways off from the French. They're not going to get to us. Well, 1, 2, 3. I guess they could get in here if we aren't careful. So we want to make sure we have these town. What are they called officially? Yep, town hexes. We want them because, of course, in there our strength points are doubled. So next we'll take let's take this guy and we'll go half. No, sorry, 1, 2, 3, and 4. I believe it's only one movement point per town. Yes, it is. Okay, and then we'll move these 2 infantry into these 2 spots, I believe. Let's see here. We'll send this guy to the furthest one. So that is a 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. Okay, and I don't think that's too bad of a position. I mean, he can just barely reach the town with this guy, so we'll have time to react. And we're still going to have to hold next turn. We need to go to turn 3. We need a nice safe spot to bring on our reinforcements. After that, I don't know what we'll do. I really have no... I don't think we're going to be able to go for these at all. I think that's just a big trap. So we're okay. So these guys are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll put them right there on the top of this little hill, overlooking, and they can react quite nicely. Now it's time to try to kick the French out of Aderklaa. So why is this infantry here, or this artillery? It's up on the hill, I suppose, but being up a slope doesn't seem to help with your artillery's range. So I guess it's just thematic. So how hard on this am I going to go? These cavalry units could make it up here and cause some problems. So it's just... we'll hold off on that for a second, I guess. So let's go maybe... No, I already have a nice artillery piece there. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. It could make it to there. So let's try to make sure that's a nice secure spot. Through these 3-6 cavalry, I'm not too scared of them. So let's see what we can do here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. That doesn't quite work, does it? We want to get right there. He's in a town hex, so he will double to 2 combat strength. So right off the bat, we're at 3-to-1 odds just with this 1 infantry. Interesting. Well, let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 3.5. And we are in combat with that cavalry unit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's a problem. 2. Okay. Can we cut off this guy's avenue retreat? It's getting a little close. 1, 2. Yeah, these guys can get up there. We don't want to get too caught up in this. But I would like to go in here. But if I go there, I have to attack them, and that's an 8 combat strength. So it's not that great. However, if we can do this attack first and make him retreat, and we can set it up in such a way that he can only retreat by displacing this guy back, that would be kind of handy, wouldn't it? So the order that you do your attacks in is up to you. But we need to make this guy so he can only retreat back there. So we need to have a zone of control here and here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not going to work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that works. Barely. Barely. I still don't like it. This guy could make it in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, if I use the road, hello. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5, 5.5. Doesn't matter. Is there any other way I can do that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5, 5.5. Just can't quite make it there with this guy. So we're going to have to use this guy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5. Oh, I still can't do it, can I? Let me just mark where I started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just do it that way, shall we? Not even use the roads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now by going here, I have to fight anybody that I'm adjacent to, any enemy unit I'm adjacent to. So, but if I do this attack first, make him retreat, and push him back, have to displace him. Oh no, I can't even do that. I've actually already set it up so that this guy, if he retreats, he'll get destroyed as long as I cover this one. And can I do that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could even go here, 6. Yeah, let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I have to stop there, right? I do. But that still forces him to push him back. No, it doesn't. Jeez. Because he still can't go there because of this zone of control. So he will get destroyed if he retreats, and we are going to have to fight that. That's not necessarily what I wanted to have happen there. Not at all. Oh well. That's what happens when you just play it and wing it. Let's get that artillery. So where's that artillery going to go? I have to worry about this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can't really get to this artillery piece. So let's just bring it down the road. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's where he's going to go. So we attack with this. We get our 3-to-1 odds, 6-to-2. These guys don't even have to attack. Do I have to attack? Like, or if you're adjacent, do you have to attack, or can you? That's a good question. Adjacent attacks. Must participate when in the controlled hex of an enemy unit. Artillery units must participate. Oh, no, that's artillery. Combat strength. I think it wouldn't matter. Okay, right here. If a phasing player's unit is in the zone of control of more than one enemy unit, it must. Oh, that's only if it's more, though. What happens if I have multiple? And I think I don't have to attack with them. And even if I did, I can voluntarily lower the odds down to 3 to 1 if they're higher. So must be attacked by as many units and by as many artillery. Yeah, that's if they're adjacent. They must attack some. Attack each just take it. Nope. I have to attack. So that means that and I can't do that one because he's adjacent. So it would be 9 to 2. So that would be a 4 to 1, which we don't want. But we can voluntarily knock it down to a 3 to 1. And then the only way he is going to not die is if we roll 6. And we know that's not going to happen. We know I never do that. Never. We'll bring these guys down the road. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And this last cavalry, what are we going to do with it? What could he possibly do? We knock him out. We could get knocked back ourselves. So we'll probably lose that because we're going to have a 3 to 8. So that's 1 to 3 odds. That's not great. We're probably going to have to retreat back here. That's terrible. Terrible. I didn't do that right at all. Well, nothing new there. So he's going to get knocked back there. He's going to move in. He's going to stay where he is. So we're going to be like that. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. And do that. Okay. Now here, I really don't know. This is a major problem. We're going to have to automatically fight this guy at 1 to 2 odds. Here, this doesn't look good either. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull these guys over and replace them with some of these guys. We're going to try to shore this up. So how far can I get? I can get 1, 2, 3, 4. I can get to there. And I think I will go for that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to go there. This guy's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we'll keep the gun there. Ugh, I'm not going to move you either. Keep this gun here. And now we're going to move these guys down. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. And 1, just 1, I guess. We're on the road. That was actually 1.5. We're going to bring this artillery down 1 movement point to get there. Okay, that looks pretty good. It's not going to be fun to get through. This is kind of a problem here, though. So we're going to move this artillery down the town breaks line of sight, though. So does the forest. So these aren't really that useful. The artillery guns are not really that useful here. Are they? And what are we going to do with you? 1, 2, 3, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5, 6. Is that useful for a 1-6? Not really. I have such a hard time. What do I do with these? Like they're really just to slow the enemy down. That's really all they're for. Alright, well, we might need to slow the enemy down over here, so let's get one over there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go right there. We're here. I'm not really a big fan of this. This is my last reserve piece, so he could come down and go right here, I guess. So we'll go 1. Actually, that would be 1, 2, because we're moving into a forest X. And then we're on the road. 2.5 to go there. You're not moving. You're not moving. You're not moving. Not moving. Not moving. Ah, what do we do with this guy, right? Right? What do we do? We go here. Where's a weak spot? Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I don't know. I really don't. These guns, they're not useful until we get away from that woods. They can't fire. I guess we'll leave them there for now. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, these guys can't even shoot through. They can't even do a bombard through that town. So that was kind of stupid too. Lots of stupidity. Okay, so that finishes the Austrians' move. So we'll now remove the markers and move to our combat base. And we know we have these combats. So this guy, this guy, this guy have to fight. And this guy have to fight. Still not that much. Not that much. So let's do this first. So this guy, we always have to make sure we're attacking every adjacent enemy unit. So this guy, he's stuck. He has to fight that. That's not great. Do we do that first? No, we want to make sure this guy can't go anywhere. He can't go here. He can't even displace here because of this guy. He can't go here. So I think we'll do this first. So these two, we're going to do that attack first. And that is a total of 9 combat strength for us to 2 combat strength. So that is not quite 5 to 1. That's 4 to 1 odds. We are going to voluntarily go down or shift to the left column, and we're going to do a 3 to 1 attack. And here we go. So that is infantry and a cavalry. We'll do an infantry. Why not? It's got most of that. So here we go. Come on, big money. Okay, we get a 3. I think that definitely does it. 3 on a 3 to 1 is defender retreat. And we know that this guy cannot retreat. So he is eliminated. And that would give us 1 whole whopping victory point. Because we get a victory point for every enemy unit we destroy. And the French demoralization right here, I believe. No, that's victory points right here. That goes up to 1. So we want to get that to 50. If we get that to 50, the demoralization affects the entire army, and it's 50 combat strength points for the French, and only 45 for us, the Austrians. So, but if either army becomes demoralized, basically the effect that has is that we cannot. None of our units can advance after combat. That's a huge problem, because a lot of the way you can manipulate the battles and try to get around units so they can't retreat is through that advance after combat. So we do not want to become demoralized, but we'd love to demoralize the French. So now, unfortunately, we have to do this fight here. We have no choice. Now, before we do that, though, I could advance, and I shall. You're going to retreat there. Yeah, I'll advance into the town with them. So they are done. Now we're going to do this attack. So he gets the double because he's in a town hex. He's 8. Only a paltry little 3. So that would be 1 to 3 odds. Not good. Not good, as you're about to see. We could be eliminated. I really screwed up when I did that. They're only on a roll of 1 are we going to like what happens. Any other 2 to 5, we're going to have to retreat, but we can retreat here. That's not bad. And that's thanks to our advance there. So we can go there. That's great. Because you can advance into an enemy unit's zone of control. And the zone of control, of course, is 1 hex around every unit. So this guy's zone of control is these hexes here. I don't know why I'm doing this. Anybody watching probably knows these rules for decades. But anyway, so we can retreat back to here. And that's what we'll do. So unfortunately, though, 1 to 3, it's a cavalry attack. Foolhardy cavalry attack, I'm afraid. I just don't roll 6. That would be bad. No 6s. No 6s. Alright, I'll take the 3. 1 to 3. A 3 is attacker has to retreat. And back we go. We go back there. Now, the French player. Nope, can't advance. Oh, yes, you can. You can advance. You can ignore enemy zone of controls for an advance after combat. What does the French player want to? Because by doing that, we could lock these units in. Is that necessarily a good thing? Is that necessarily a good thing? We'll have to fight here. We move there, we'll have to fight both of them. I don't see where the French would want to advance into this hex. No. Can't see it. Alright, and now we have our final combat. The one we had no choice. We have to do this. So we are attacking out of the woods with our cavalry. Attacking this cavalry. We are 1 combat strength. They are 2. So that's a 1 to 2. And if we look at that, not quite as bad as the 1 to 3 attack. But pretty close. So here we go. We want a 1 or a 2. That is what we would like to have. Come on. Come on. Oh, Betsy. Alright, so now the French player gets to decide where he goes, right? The defender always or the owning player always gets to decide. Do they not? It's the problem with playing so many different war games. So many different war games, so many different rules. Retreating. The owning player must immediately move that unit 1 hex. Yeah, okay, so it is the... so they will not go back across that bridge. No, no, no. They will move there. Now, do we move up? Yes. We have to slow these guys down. They will get to attack us as 2 to 1. This artillery is going to come in. These infantry are going to come in. This is bad. But at least we'll have that attack across. No, we won't, because these guys, that's why we retreated there. We won't have that attacking across the bridge, doubling of our combat strength, because this guy is across the bridge. So they could easily set up a situation, but we can retreat. We can retreat. Yeah, we're going to go there. We're going to advance. Even though he can get massive odds, once again, he's not going to want to exchange with us. Because the best exchange... Oh. I mean, he could do that, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He could do that. And then get an exchange. And then he could trade with us. But most likely what's going to happen is they're just going to make us retreat. And then push in. So, and fortunately, we do have some reinforcements on the way. Trying to slow them down. And that is it. A couple of blunders there. A couple of blunders. But that's what happens when you don't make any plans ahead of time. And you just start playing and you got to keep it moving so people don't get bored. There you go. That's what makes it exciting. All the mistakes make things exciting. That's what I tell myself anyways. Anyways, guys, that is it for turn 1 for the Austrians. And I will be back with turn 2 and the French on the next video. Until then, take care and have a great night.